September 21st, 2020. I believe tomorrow is the equinox, if I read correctly and remember correctly. So we're about 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. That time of year is here again. And last night we had our first frost. According to the Elizaville weather station, which is the closest one to me here, we hit like 29.5 or something like that. I did come out here around 3:15 a.m. and I can confirm we had frost on everything. But interestingly enough, year number 3 where tomatoes come through frost and don't take damage and keep growing. So that's really exciting. It's really nice to not have to worry about that, or at least not as much as most people do. I did see a comment. I got to go back and respond to it and read it a little more closely, but I know my friend Brad from Grow the Farm Up was talking about seed quality and seed temperatures, ideally not freezing and especially not going below 28 degrees. That's a very important factor in saving seed. So that was good information to receive. Unfortunately, we didn't go below 28 last night. Anyway, maybe what I'll do is grab that comment and bring it forward into a screenshot here or something. But I just wanted to show, once again, we came through frost and no damage on tomatoes, growing away. Relatively healthy plants. I'm going to get out here and do another foliar feed tonight or tomorrow. Tonight if I can swing it. Guess while we're here we'll just take a look at the large leaf basil that's trying to finish off going to seed. I've come through and harvested the seed out of this once already, and I'm just waiting for it to produce one more round. You can see some of the frost freeze back on the edges here on that. That's obviously a significantly more sensitive plant. I know I did see amongst well, I came back through here with the hose and did some watering, and I know that there were some surviving second plantings of large leaf basil, and they looked like they were in pretty good shape. Can't seem to find them now. I guess I'll just point out that the holy basil has also seeded itself into here as well, and I've also found several plants along the edge of this. So it looks like it just needed those mulch and rain and moisture conditions for good germination. And the stuff that was here from last year actually did come through just later in the season than I was hoping for. Let's see. Yeah, surprisingly the buckwheat actually came through the frost as well. I'm pretty impressed by that. Buckwheat is usually pretty sensitive, but then so is basil. And these have been in the foliar feed program and you know, supported nutritionally. So we'll go down and take a look at the corn quick. September 21st. Quick clip of the honeybees. Really cranking hard. So awesome. Probably 65, 70 degrees out, sunny, goldenrod in full flower, and they are cranking. Just a quick clip of the top bar hive as well. Also going strong. Quick shot of the holy basil here. So here we are down at the curve block with the sweet corn and sunflowers, bumblebees tanking up. I finally actually got back to watch that video from Ian Stepler about sunflowers and honeybee health. Oh, beautiful. Well, thanks for landing here. I finally got back to watch that video, and he was talking about how sunflower pollen actually helps honeybee colonies manage nosema, which is an infection that they get in their gut that causes a lot of problems if their health drops a little bit. And I know that's something that Ian's been researching very closely over the last few years, and he's noticed since he started planting more sunflower blocks in, and especially for fall pollen gathering for his honeybees, that he's had a lot less instances of nosema. Now obviously this isn't direct causation, but there certainly is a correlation there, and I don't think it's a good idea to ignore that. Oh, well, there was a honeybee in it, but I scared her off. Anyway, so very interesting study on that. I will share the link to that below here as well, and I will also share a link to the video from Ian where he talks about that, because he is much more knowledgeable about that as it relates to honeybees. And if you haven't checked his channel out, you should. He's really sharing some amazing information, and he really understands honeybees and honeybee colony management. For those who don't know, he's a commercial beekeeper in Canada. He's managing somewhere between 12 and 1,500 hives. It's quite an operation. So anyway, we came through frost. I don't really see any frost damage in here, and we may still pull off some sweet corn. I think my patrols seem to be keeping the raccoons and woodchucks and whoever else was getting in here and causing damage out. Coming down here like basically every hour on the overnights, and you know, just walking through. Haven't seen any more damage since I found this the other day, so that's good news. Orange Hawaiian marigolds are starting to crank up, and I still haven't gotten out here and dug a couple of these up for the greenhouse, but I will. Maybe I'll get to that tonight, who knows. Guess we'll just have a look at the chicken tractor quick. Of course, I'll just give you a shot from this other angle. You can see I haven't gotten back to mowing that lower section and chopping that up yet, but it's on my list for this week. And then we can come through here and seed this in with some cover crops. The buckwheat in this section here and sunflowers did not do as well. This area is pretty dry, and I did not do a lot of supplemental irrigation because I was focusing on crops that I really wanted to be productive. But we did get some decent buckwheat in here going to seed, and I'm debating whether I mow this down and seed it to cover crops, probably mostly rye, or whether I roll it down, seed it to rye and then roll it down. We'll see. Over here where I've had this block where it's struggled every time I've planted something here since I put the wood chips down, I finally decided to put the chicken tractor in here and do some chicken tractor work. And we're on our third move. I just moved it a little while ago, about 20 minutes ago. And I've had them sit here for 2 or 3 days in each spot because it's pretty thick and pretty tall grass. And there's a lot of wood chips and stuff for them to go after, so I've run them a little bit slower over this to get a good deep, you know, chicken tractoring, so to speak. Also this time of year, they're molting, which means they're shedding their old feathers, and they're going to grow new feathers in for the fall and winter to keep them warm and protect them. And so lots of feathers falling down, and their feathers are high in nitrogen, sulfur, and calcium. And I'm sure there's many other trace minerals in there as well. So it works out really good for helping build soil health. September 21st, 2020. I'm almost dead out of battery here, but I just wanted to get a quick shot from my friend Brad from Grow the Farm Up, between the till and the no-till. And Brad, I'm going to respond to your comment this afternoon or this evening when I get a chance. But I just thought I would do a quick shot of the area. We did have some germination on the buckwheat. I don't know yet about the rye. It's really hard to tell. But you can see this area is greatly amplified nutritionally. You know, you can see the grass is much thicker and taller and darker green with that sort of blue hue to it. I think that's probably from the inoculants and foliar feeds that I put on back at planting. Really amazing. I don't think I even put any nutritional anything in that. I'll have to look back in the log, but I think it was just inoculants. Anyway, I just thought I'd get a quick clip for you, Brad. So Not super successful germination on the buckwheat. The rye, I suspect, is blended in there, but again, it's sort of hard for me to tell. But we'll see how it emerges. And yeah, I suspect that planting line on the edge, I suspect everything inside those reflectors is basically part of that is rye. Not all of it, obviously. Anyway, just a quick update.